Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another live stream. Marvelous. That's right, friends. My name is Quack, and I am back. How are you? I am fantastic, and I am doing really well. I'm not doing that well. I'm all right. Well, how are you? I'm on time tonight, Jesus. How did that happen? But I'm glad it did. Oh no. I've just realised I'm streaming over fucking Fragrance Journey. Oh, sorry, Robert, mate. Fuck. I did not mean to do that. I was actually going to watch that, but here we are. I have to talk myself. The picture looks a bit better, doesn't it? I have put on a filter, and it seems to be working, by God. How bizarre. So, Kitty K, welcome. How are you? I hope you're well. Are you up to much? Excuse me. Double Duck, Mr. Quack, Michael John, Saab Replay, Andy, how are you, sir? And thank you for always being here, mate. Roy Lude is staring at us sideways. It's giving us the side eye. Eugene was talking about it in a fuckboy perfume. I never knew what a fuckboy was until I listened to that video. I don't know that I think it is a fuckboy perfume. I mean, I get what he's saying. It's hyper masculine, it really is. It's got impression cedarwood heart in it, which is an IFF chemical, which is how you know Olivia's, well, I won't say what Olivia is, I'm sick of talking about the cunt. It's not fuckboy wears Sauvage. Yeah, fuckboys definitely wear Sauvage and Eros and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Fucking crap. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. How are you all doing? I am fantastic and I am doing really well, as I have said numerous times now. You know? Jesus. I'm rehydrating. Oh! I fucking... I don't know. Dushan, welcome. Enrique Vasquez, how are you? The weather here is absolutely atrocious. Filthy weather we've been having. Absolutely filthy. Wetter than an otter's pocket. Would you believe that I have never tried Royal Oud, says Paroli? I would believe it. I would. If you told me that, I would believe it. Got some amazing samples from Imitsu at Berghoff Goodman. Pardon, Dugman? Awesome dude, yes. Proper staple of the community. Years ago. He doesn't make videos anymore, which is a shame, but I kind of remember him saying that he just didn't have the fucking time anymore, do you know what I mean? I can't confirm it's a fuckboy perfume. I have a friend who wears it on Fahrenheit, and he is indeed a fuckboy. Welcome, P.O. Bankson. How are you? How are we all? What are we all up to? We having a good time? I haven't really got anything to talk about. I'll be taking poison after this video, so that'll be fun for all the people are concerned, you know. Well, Tell me your sense of the day in the comments. It's fucking quite warm in here. The heating's on. Shit. Oh. Love the Fragrant Apprentice video. Which one? Welcome, Zach. Evening, Joe. How are you? I'm doing all right. Melody de l'amour. You enjoying that one, Joe? Supply and Demand is wearing Ensalada. I like it better than Ganymede, says Supply and Demand. I'm not sure what a fuckboy is, says Paroli. It's that bloke who, whenever he goes anywhere, he's always looking to try and get his fucking leg over. Like, he's always trying to fuck. Like, they're creepy, they're weird. They're a bit gross. They're very inappropriate. And they're just a bit perverted usually, to be perfectly honest. Eugene got some fucking weird comments from the gays on that fucking on that video. If you go and look at some of them, they're a bit sexual. There's a hard off one, says Carl. There's a hard off one, okay. I'm well, I am lovely gardenia. You are a lovely gardenia. Well, good for you. Welcome, Scott Bear. Fuckboy was Alain Delon, says Dushan. Warren Beatty was the biggest fuckboy ever. Had a real problem. Like a real, genuine fucking problem with it. Like, oh, George by Jordans de Clevin. Oh, no, Daft Man, I'm enjoying the Ducita. Ah, right. I get you. Sorry. I thought you were saying you were a lovely gardenia. I thought, if you self-identify as a gardenia, I will call you whatever you want. She, stem. You know what I mean? She, stem, not she, them. Get it? Oh, incense rolls, you rascal. I fucking struggle with that, you know. I'd love to wear it more, but it's not easy. Oh, no. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a tale to tell you. I went to the bank today to sign up for mobile banking. And I thought, I'm going to need a hand here. Because I am fucking absolutely crippled when it comes to technology. Shit as fuck. I went in there at 1:50 this afternoon. And they closed at 2:30. I didn't get out of there until 10 minutes after they officially closed. 10 minutes after they officially closed. The woman in the shop was like, you aren't leaving until we've got this done. She was like, most people want to break into a bank. You're going to have to break out of it. I was like, right. Because I fucked it up about 5 or 6 times. It was actually quite impressive how badly wrong I kept getting it. And I said at the end of it, I was like, bollocks, here's the passwords that I want to use. Here's the memorable information I want to use. There's me fucking name. You put it in. You register it. You sort it. And when she did it first fucking time. It was an absolute joke. God bless her. I should send her flowers or something. It was fucking crazy. It was crazy. But that's where we got to, like. Fucking hell. I couldn't believe it. Like, just shouldn't be allowed anywhere near technology. I mean, it's questionable whether I should be streaming or not at this point. Like, you know what I mean? I can't be trusted. Oh, God. What's happening here? What else have I done today? I may or may not have bought a new watch. It's a historic piece. Absolutely. Oops, excuse me. I've got, I will show you it all. It's, just one of those. I'll show you. Pocket watch with a knob. You what? Describing yourself. Don't call yourself named, Proddy. You're a pocket watch with a knob. I'm oh my god. Duck, have you ever gotten into Fougere 1833? No, I haven't. I'm really liking this New York. I've never even heard of it. Have you tried Tamima by Moresque? No, I haven't. I haven't heard of that either. And welcome, RP Rentals. Zach says I got 200ml Polar Swat today for £210. It's not bad, that. That's not bad at all. I've got Polar Swat. No, I've got absolute Polar Swat. Yes, absolute Polar Swat. I want to wear this. In fact, I need to wear this. I've been wearing vintage fragrances this week. I have worn today my scent of the day, my friends. Oh! Yes, today my scent of the day was, and forever will be, Santos de Cartier, my friends. I have sprayed all 6 Guerlain on extras on myself, says Pradeep. Wealthy you must be. Hello, Rich. Hello, everyone. Scent of the day is Heritage ADT, the staple of my collection during the chilly autumn season. I spray a little on my scarf. Stupendous scent. You like that, day? Is it a vintage one? Like this? I've got this. I don't wear this enough. It is fantastic, to be fair. It's a beautiful fragrance. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. What are you up to, friends? Yes, this, I am feeling a little vintagey at the minute. I thought to myself the other day, I've been wearing a lot of ambers recently, haven't I? And I have. So I decided to wear some of my vintage fragrances. And I have enjoyed them. I am a vintage lover of all things. Watch. I'm a vintage lover of perfume, cars. I mean, I don't have all of these things. Do you know what I mean? It's just the type of things I love. Pradeep has sprayed all 6 of the Guerlain extras, and he is going to tell us what he thinks. Vintage women? No. God, no. Don't be silly. Ow. That was unwise, my friends. Hi, Rich. Welcome, John. I've seen the Santos concentrate online in some places. What do you think of that one versus regular Santos? It's immense, but they're both immense. So buy at peace, you know? Buy with ease, confidence. You'll be fine, mate. Trust us. Whatever you want to do, you'll be okay. I like vintage Liz Moores. Liz Moores is a tremendous vintage, to be fair. How does Mustard Cartier stack up? Any good, says Scott? Heard it works for anyone. If you dig the scent profile, which unfortunately I don't. Sorry, I'm not a big fan of that scent profile. I wore Egoist to work last, and it was fantastic. I need to try and get with a news and get a full bottle or order one from Chanel, says Lane. Not sure how old Anuja stock is of the old Egoist. You could ask him. I haven't seen him for a while, actually. I hope he's okay. Yes, Liz Moses, very nice. Prodi was texting me. 6 new ones from the boutique. Parfum d'Habit feels like the base of all Metro Parfum Elegante is. It has got a sensational base. That leather patchouli depth quality is absolutely amazing. Did you get the vintage bottle? Or did you just get a sample? Oh, sorry, everything's making a noise. That's my back you can hear. Desandre. Eugene's tuberose. Smoky, leathery. Castoramy. Excuse me. I love Mr. Cartier Pour On. I need to wear it more, says Paroli. Yes. It's a pretty fantastic perfume, like. Well, I say that. It's one of those ones that's really good, but I don't like it. Does that make sense? Like, you know, when you can tell that something's really good, like objectively, but you don't like it subjectively, because that is possible. You can appreciate quality without liking what it is, you know, without it being your style. We are capable of such intricacies as human beings. Oh. Miradon, I just want to wear you so much. I want to wear you so much. I might wear an Amen. I haven't touched them recently. Big bold bastards. I'll test more before buying any. Before buying a bottle. So have you got, is the Parfum d'Habit you've got, is that the oh, sugar and spice. Is that the vintage one? Did you buy a bottle? Or am I'm going over the same thing again. You got recent samples, didn't you? I've got the Parfum d'Habit here. And I'm gonna put some on. I'm tempted by a bottle. It is very good, isn't it? Patchouli. Leather. Oh. Oh. Suits you, sir. Fantastic. Space Tout says, if Amber and a Wee lasted for 8 hours, I would not need another fragrance. It's so weak now. Yeah. It's I've got my little decant here. It's really nice. Rose, amber. I'm sure I get tobacco leaf in it, you know. Something a bit dark. Whoops. Oh, a little bit tired tonight. Yes, new sample, happy with it. I just got a message off Fliss. We've been berating Amber Woods. Hello, Fliss. Everyone say hello to Fliss. I don't think she's in the chat. I saw Jo, who said before she won the Les Odorants, giveaway, which is nice. I didn't know they were doing giveaways. Just give me Bois de Zile over Egoist, to be honest. I enjoy it much more. Not for me. I came away from Bois de Zile. I didn't like it. I was glad when I sold it, to be honest with you. It was a bit crap. You can appreciate the quality and construction of Musticati. I definitely understand what you mean. I feel the same way about Chanel Allure Homme Sporto Extreme. Not for me, but a quality scent. What is the dominant note in Santos Ducati? It's like musk. Ow. It's like musk, galbanum, oak moss, that kind of thing. And well, Van Cleef & Arpels first today. Stunning aldehydic floral, says Nick. Not a big fan, I've got to be honest. I rewatched The Exorcist 70s, and when I see the older priest, I always imagine he's wearing heritage. I guess the way he's well dressed evokes that thinking. But being well dressed with heritage, oof. Hello Omar, how are you? Oh no, our Cologne decanter's on the way to my house. It's spaced out. I was offered a 30ml decanter that, but I said no. I wanted the bottle. I can't be having a 30ml decanter of something that I want. Allure Homme Sporto Extreme has a huge sweet tonka, says spaced out. Did someone try Dior's Cheval Blanc? Kind of feeling curious about it, says Omar. I haven't heard of that, I don't think. Omar is wearing Aqua de Parma leather today. Pretty good, kind of Tuscan leather. Aqua de Parma leather. Or just a house called Parma. Scent of the Day Sybaris by Antonio Puig. I like Bois de Zile, but this Egoist I really love. The vanilla sweetness and the dry down, it's very nice. I like that kind of sweet rose cinnamon thing going on at the top. It's fucking glorious, like. Robin, welcome. How are you? Woo! How about vintage Bois de Zile? Nope. Big yellow floral in it that I don't like. Some big kind of ylang jasmine thing lurking deep within it that I just don't like. It's intrinsic to the fragrance. I prefer Samsara EDP, which I rarely wear. Oh no. Yes, Aqua de Parma leather is a good one. Brown bottle. Yeah, the brown bottle ones are better than the black bottle ones, I think. Did you really buy a second watch before a cross trainer? Yes. Yes, I did. I need to speak to the physio before I buy a cross trainer because I need to speak to the physio about a cross trainer because I haven't done the required tests yet, because I don't know if it'll be any good for me hips. Do you know what I mean? Like, it might be all right for your hips, it might be all right for most people's hips, but my hip is not like other people's. It doesn't do what Ow! It doesn't do what most, like, other people's joints should do. It doesn't behave in a predictable way. Just Santos Eau de Sport, hard to find. Yes, I do actually. In the plastic bottle. No, I'm not a big fan, if I'm being honest. Not a big fan at all. I've also got Boss Eau de Sport as well, and I don't like that either. Whenever I try to wear some compliment getter just for the sake of compliments, I quit. It's like wearing a piece of clothing you know it's not your style at all. Yeah. Just wear what makes you happy. I wore Samsara Perfume yesterday, far more unisex than the ADT because of its rich, deep woodiness. Would you be better off with an exercise bike? No, because the actual sitting aspect of it, especially on a bike seat, is just terrible. Terrible for me hip. Absolutely awful. It would grind my hip away. Welcome, Tim Wilcox. How are you? Cheval Blanc is an exclusive for Dior Spa Cheval Blanc in Paris. Last fragrance by Damashi, according to a comment on Fragrantica. Welcome, Fliss. How are you? We were just talking about you. Saying you would be arriving soon if you could. And here you are. Gotcha. Aset Almeida, welcome. How are you? I hope you are well. I'm okay. Oh. I've worn mostly vintage fragrances this week. I wore Balenciaga Pour Homme yesterday and love it still. I wore Rochas Femme, or Femme Rochas, the day before, which was Tuesday. What did I wear on Monday? What did I wear on Monday? Was it Au Noir? No Noir. No Noir. I don't remember. I do not remember. Was it a Serge Luton? It was not. Was it an amber? Possibly. No, I can't remember. What the fuck did I wear on Monday? Jesus. Does that Santos Eau Sport smell similar to Lacoste Original 84? Pass. I don't think I've smelled the Lacoste. Dior sold their soul a long time ago. I will tell you any new Dior is not worth trying. Yeah. Is Dior Homme 2020 an amber wood fragrance? Is it an amber wood fragrance? Is it, though? Is it an amber wood fragrance? I don't know. I don't think it's an amber wood fragrance. That doesn't mean it's not shite. Because shite it is. It's fucking terrible. But I don't think it's an amber wood. That horrible brown, burned crap. Does your hip only work if liberally sprayed with myrrh or don't? Yes, gotta like inject it. Like those old oil applicators that have got like a really long like neck on them that you like get right in, you squeeze it, and they always make a squeaky noise as if they need oil applicating to them themselves. That's what you've got to do with it. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Someone bought that Rochas Femme special edition yesterday for 40. Was that someone you? It really is quite gardenia-centric for me, says Joe. I need another bottle of Femme. Miss its plumminess. Yes. Top plum. Spaced Out says, yesterday I thought of only collecting Guerlain. Crazy how many amazing fragrances they have. #1 brand house of all time, better than Chanel, says Spaced Out. Yes, but they have kind of soiled themselves over the last 20 years, especially the last 10. The last 10, they've lost all control of their bowls. But before that, they were kind of slipping a bit, if you'll pardon the use of the language there. I feel like everyone is wearing like strong amber woods or ISOE super. That's all I ever smell at events and work. Yep, it's because everybody buys what's in the stores. You buy what is sold to you. That is essentially how retail works. Everybody's got this illusion of choice. It's not. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Dior Homme 2020 is an ISOE super fragrance, says Brody. Yeah, kind of. If anyone in EU wants Hermes Muguet porcelain, there is an auction on eBay. Seller is from Austria. You still wear amber and nargile? Good for autumn, better for winter. Welcome, Galen. Fellow kids. Only a kid would say that. Are you really, Galen? Scent of the day is Sensei. Who's that by? Girl Incontinence. Yes, Girl Incontinence. Oh, they're pretty shite, like. I mean, everything they've released recently has been really terrible. It's a shame. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Thoughts on Amouage Reflection Man. Welcome, Beauty of Scent. What are my thoughts on Amouage Reflection Man? Is that the Blue Beast? Very smoky. I couldn't enjoy it. I have only got a couple of Amouage. Amouage should be right up my street. I should love Amouage by rights. But I don't. Jubilation 25 is one of the best fragrances of the century. I truly believe that. I like Dear Man. But no. The rest of them, not huge on them. Reflection Man is the floral one. No, I don't know what it is. Sorry. Scent of the day is Egoist deodorant. It's so strong I didn't need a fragrance for it. Burns in my armpits though. Vintage. Is it vintage? You're destroying the ozone layer with that. Gailon are dead, says Peter Kokorin. Welcome, Peter. Flanker after shite flanker and limited editions costing thousands and 50ml bottles costing £500. That's £10 a mil. That's outrageous behaviour at retail. I'm wearing Murad Don from you. Many thanks. So good. But so is Amber Fetish, and I can actually buy that. You can buy the recent version. The latest version is not bad at all. Does Ganymede have amber woods? I'm going to say probably. I don't really remember it that well. Aki Gala would probably, almost certainly. Yeah, but probably say that Aki Gala, it has loads of. Reflection Man is the floral one. Reflection Man is Posh Fleur de Mal. Oof. I don't like Fleur de Mal, I've got to be honest. It's not my thing at all. It's a bit. It turns me stomach. There's something about it that's just ever so slightly off where it should be. You know? It's just not right. It just makes me feel a bit sick, just by 1 degree, you know, but it's enough and it just makes us feel nauseous. I like the L'Homme Ideal line, in all honesty. Mass appealing but complex enough and have that girl on twist. I have got L'Homme Ideal EDP, the first version. Apparently it's been reformulated. And I've got the first version. Too sweet. Too sweet. Beauty of Scent says, Peter, do you own it? If so, what do you think of it? And Peter says, I love it. It's an easy way. Have you tried any of the Nay fragrances? I know personally has recommended an incense one. That is the one I had and gave it to Fliss, actually. She loved it more than I. So I was happy to give it to her. It's, I thought it was really nice, but it was a little bit sweet. Had that weird caramel, thick, sweet kind of thing that's going around at the minute. Not my thing, friends. Not my thing at all. I must be honest. I will get Lyric Man and Beach Hut Man samples tonight, says Spaced Out. What's up, Galen, says Duchamp. How's the latest version of Tour de Hermes Parfum? Enrique says to Pradeep. That sounded like a vampire opening a door. Is GIT in good shape? On my list for 7 years. I think it's probably in the best shape out of all of them, to be honest. Out of all the Creed fragrances, that one's probably kept up the best. But I don't go to the Creed counter anymore because they're all shit. You know? I want to smell the Aventus, the Absolute Aventus. You know what I mean? I want to smell it, but I don't want to buy it. I do not want to buy it. I don't like Aventus. Bloody love the Nay fragrance. All very interesting and artistic, even if not for you. All excellent and complete in an art sense. Yeah, they're a lot better than what gets released by niche designer and indie houses at the minute. Absolutely. Nay is a great magazine. Check it out if you don't know it. I do know it, and I have checked it out. Still very good, mate. A little less mossy, feels like, but might be age. You want to sample, mate? Many recent formulas are absolute disasters, says Nick. Oh dear. Adorum is phenomenal, most gratefully received, most welcomely gifted. That doesn't make any sense, but we'll go with it. Aventus was just okay, nothing more. Certainly not worthy of the praise heaped on it. Totally agree. Dracula, Christopher Lee, of course, rocking heritage, says Pat. I bet, simply put, Sense would provide you a sample of Absolute Aventus Rich all the way from New York. Pardon me. There is Absolute Aventus sample for €3 on Quality Misala. Cheap shipping also. Outrageous. Bois Portugal and Original Vetiver are still excellent. Original Vetiver is great. I mean, it's an expensive version of Mugler cologne, but it's still a really good fragrance. Brilliant for high heat. Actually, for €40, that's all right. I don't like Aventus either, says Fliss. That we are out there. There are people out there who do not care for this fragrance. We must find each other and huddle together in the darkness because it's pretty overwhelming. What up, Duck? Hello, Staffs. Wearing a Scarta Pour Homme, not worth $120. I paid for 1.4 mil. What? You paid $120 for 1.4 mil? No, you didn't. Welcome, Micah. Stuart Mabe, welcome. I'm glad you are here. Well, I would recommend to try Absolute Aventus when hit the $180 USD price. Just waiting some months, guys. Bellamy Vetiver is on my neck. Hiram Green was disappointing, especially considering the price point. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Hiram Green, I've got to be honest. I smelled Fiona, or is that Suga? No, Hyde. Hyde is the one I smelled. Not a fan. Side by side, Mugler Cologne is no competition. Well, no, that's what I mean. I know, but it gives the impression. It does that thing. Original Vetiver does that thing that that Creed's always did. In that someone would invent a perfume. Olivia Creed would get a hold of it, get a hold of them, and increase the quality of the material. He would take like a cheap musk and use a better musk. He would take a cheap wood, use a better wood, and then produce his own version of it. You know what I mean? So there we go. I was once visiting a local Sephora, and that was a YSL rep asking customers about various lawn flankers. I only kept asking about older YSLs not on the shelf. She hesitated, going off script. Love a ventless opening, but hate the dry down and bass. Almost got a Ritz chorus earlier, but I was second in line. First is everything. I did, Duck. Indeed, I did. Slow Dive is great. Hyde's opening was awful. Heard it was a limited release. Absolute Ventus. Astea de Velate is still my best recent discovery. Welcome, Andrej. Most of them would be better as candles to me, says Mike. Fred says, thank you, Dushan. Lovely to be here. I love original Vetiver, but gave me hard burning feeling on the skin all the time and had to sell it. Oh dear. Slow Dive is one of the best honey-based perfumes I ever smelled. Hyde was pure barbecue. Yes. Very, very, very barbecue. Big, horrible barbecue. Oh, right, I'm going to dehydrate. I'll be back in a moment, friends. This is what you get for drinking so much water. Ooh. I am back. Welcome to me. So, what scent have you started out loathing yet turned into a love? I've got them. I'll just have to have a think back over what they are, to be honest. Uh-oh. Let's have a look here. Sorry, I'm just taking some tablets. I'm taking some tablets and I need time to think. there is a tablet that I need to take in a bit because I feel a bit sick. Where is, there they are. Sorry friends, you don't need to hear this, but here we are. And I want one of them as well, because bollocks. Okay, sorry. Oh shit. I first got to say, you're my favourite, says Stuart. Emily Laforet, Dior as well. Yep, Creed will clone you just like original Santal is a clone, a great clone, but clone nonetheless. Yep. Well, what they do is that they take a perfumer's idea and they just use better materials. You know what I mean? Oof. I'm struggling with what scent I've started out hating and then turned to love. Most of the stuff by, well, I don't love most of the stuff by Beaufort London. Amen. First time I smelled Amen, I was shook. I was absolutely shaken to my very core. I was like, who the fuck is going to want to smell that shite? Tuscan leather. Tuscan leather, I didn't hate it. I was just shocked by it. For a good deal, I hope, says Zach. Millie Laforet. Picked up Eau de Sud, pure class, says Mike. Yeah, it's great. Are we all basically waiting for him to piss, says Fliss. Yes. Yes, I'm sorry, but it's true. That is exactly what everybody was waiting for. That constitutes a good hour of everybody's, like, a good hour of, like, everybody here's life, at least an hour, has been taken up by waiting for me to piss. If you tune in regularly, there's a good, at least now, probably closer to 2 or 3, to be honest, because I leave for a couple of minutes at a time, and I do it on every stream, more than once usually. So there are hours of your life, everybody out there, if you're a regular, that you have wasted, you have sacrificed to waiting for me to piss. Sorry about that, but this is what happens when you are committed to the hydration, which I am. I hope Celine releases a mainline designer scent under Heidi Slimane. Enough with the exclusives, that's too easy, says Spaced Out. Rich, I can see you being a great and honest fragrance counter rep when customers flock towards YSL. Myself, you can hear from the distance a large and profound shite. Yes. Absolutely. If I worked in like a fragrance store, I couldn't work for a brand. I'd have to work for the. It would have to be my store because I wouldn't stock anything shite. I couldn't sit there and say to people, no, like that's great when I thought it was shit. Do you know what I mean? Heads up, Chanel's exclusives are in the John Lewis sale at 20% off. That is a fucking good deal, that. Jesus. Really? That is cheap. Well, it's like prices from 2021, that. Because they put their prices up at least 10% a year. Rich, I can see you being a gross. Sorry, I've read that. He's going to say that they are an uncut gem. He's going to say that's shite. Fucking hate them, that crap. What is original Santal a clone of? It is a clone of Mont Blanc Individuel, as Tef Music says. He is correct. You kind of turned around on Timbuktu, Doug. I'm in the process of turning around on Timbuktu. I didn't hate Timbuktu. Zonka, I thought was awful. God. It's a stream in more ways than one. Multiple streams. Night. Days for me, says Prody. Yes, Prody's pretty committed. And thank God. Basic Malacca. The live stream about the stream of consciousness and fragrances on top of the released stream out of perpetual hydration. Hello, Basic Malacca. How are you? Do you think Chanel is coming out with a new men's fragrance? I mean, there will be. It's just when. You know what I mean? I mean, we've been having this conversation since before the pandemic, if we're being honest. Well over 10 years since they came out with a new line. Ah! Our Eugene has arrived. The Eugene is out of the bottle. Thank God. How are you? I have 2 bottles of vintage Zonka. I had one and sold it. I'm waiting for Timbuktu. Wanted to buy tea for 2, but it's hard to find now, says Omar. I actually have a bottle. I have a bottle of tea for 2. It's very nice. I wouldn't go around paying silly money for it, though, but it is nice. It's kind of like 5 o'clock au gingembre. They're both of that ilk, biscuit and tea fragrance. I'm getting all sorts of cat photographs off my friend. I will send them to Fliss. She is a fan as well as I am. Brace yourself, Fliss. He never left. What about Zing? Have you smelled it? I can't remember it if I have. Good evening, Keith. Thought Keith's post to Bortnikov the other day was absolutely sensational. Dmitry Bortnikov posted a picture of himself with Demi Rawning saying, "My dream come true." In manly sense. Tell them what you said, mate. Tell them what you said. It was rather funny. Can't imagine Demi Rawling pushing. Set higher goals, bro. That's right. Dream bigger. I can't imagine Demi Rawling pushing Oud Monarch, Amber Cologne. Maybe Amber Cologne, but I can't imagine her pushing that Bortnikov. But I mean, would she do it for money? That's kind of the point. I mean, where do people draw the line? Imagine a Riege featuring Demi. Ay caramba. Does everyone eventually become a shill? Well said, Manly, says Eugene. Enrique says, "Hi, Eugene. Saw your review on Bellamy Vet of a Boss perfume. Got my email from Amber today, officially announcing Jubilation 25 and Dear Woman Extra. Good grief. Have you tried Noir Exquise from L'Artisan Rich? No, I haven't. What's it like? But I can see her pushing Santa Sangria. That shit is great," says Taff Music. I haven't smelled that. Bellamy Veteran is the best leather sheeper in the last 10 years, says Dushan. Is it not older than that? I need to forget about Spiritus du Blivini because I would have to pay a disgusting price for the old bottles. The cat photos, it's a daily tsunami. It's fantastic, isn't it? He has attitude. Look at him. Look at him. He is unimpressed with your bullshit. Everyone, you have been bad. And he sees you. And he's not happy about it. He's judging us. Absolutely, he is judging us. As a judgy cat. That's who is featured in the thumbnails quite regularly. Bat Cat. That's right. No, Alex Geese was like a chestnutty by the fireplace, but was gone in an hour, says Proddy. Have you thought about the amount of resources that a house like Chanel or Dior have to move in order to produce a fragrance? They cannot take chances when producing a fragrance. Well, the Egoist story lives in my mind rent-free. They spent $50 million at the time putting that fragrance together and marketing it and releasing it. It was £50 million or 50 million, £50 million or $50 million. I think it was dollars. And it flopped. Absolutely fell apart. It just, nobody bought it. It is a lot of money. I totally agree with what you're saying. Like Malarco, they have to be sure when they release a fragrance, they have to be sure that what they're doing is right. Bleu de Chanel was a massive, massive risk, though. I mean, we take it for granted now that Bleu de Chanel is just one of those fragrances that, like, fuckboys wear, as we were talking about earlier. And it's that type of fragrance. But it was almost completely original when it was first released. It was almost completely original. It took what Acqua di Gio started and it just twisted it 180, right? Or 90 degrees. We'll say 90. It was an aquatic. Blue fragrances are essentially an aquatic fragrance with a deep, almost black, dark blue, black kind of twist to them. Incense, amber wood, aquatic. This outrageous juxtaposition that has no earthly right to exist yet. Jacques Paul's made it work. Bleu de Chanel sucks though, it's a mole scent. Yes, totally agree. Totally agree. That's exactly what it is. It's a mole scent, but it became a mole scent. You know? It smells a bit like an Abercrombie and Fitch, but it can't be denied what it is, though. You know? It is what it is. You either die with integrity or you live long enough to see yourself become a shill. Yo, DJ, how are you? Majestic black cat. He is actually dark blue-grey. He's a Russian blue. He just looks black in certain light. But he is majestic. Absolutely right about the majestic. Stares in silent feline judgment. That's exactly what he does. The occasional chirp. Doesn't even meow. Doesn't even meow. Not that kind of cat. Doesn't like meow. Not that kind of cat at all. So, what? You know what I mean? Cuddle sent me photos of juvenile cats in subjective poses. He probably had them round to his house and recorded them. Pervert. Cats are said to be guardians of the underworld, says Enrique. Oh. £50 million well spent, though. It is amazing. Well, not to them it wasn't well spent. To us, who really love it, absolutely love it. It's fantastic. But to those who don't, it's bad. It's terrible. So does the flank situation make a bit more sense? Absolutely it does. It makes total sense. I just don't like it. Like, I understand it. I understand lots of things. I don't like it. You know what I mean? I understand the reasons for the Second World War. Doesn't mean that I thought it was a good idea. I didn't like it. You know what I mean? Like, I understand amber woods. I don't like them. I understand why I fall down the stairs. Don't like it. Gourmand Coquine for €350. 50 of 75 mil left on Perfume. Those old girl lawns are going to be with gold dust now, so it's spaced out. And now God knows how much they spent on Timothée Chalamet and Martin Scorsese is one of the worst things I have ever seen. I am utterly convinced those adverts, I explained to Fliss why I thought they make adverts like that. She was like, why do you think they make adverts like that? And I was like, well, I think they're exclusionary. They use really rich and famous and powerful and good-looking, possibly like aesthetic people in these weird situations that are supposed to discombobulate you and supposed to knock you off kilter, and then like you're kind of like, why? What's going on? And they look at you and they think, what, you don't know what's going on? That's because you're a pleb. Buy this, give us your money, and you'll be 1%. You'll be 1% closer to how cool we are. That's literally what the thinking is. I'm convinced of it. Bloody Chanel sucks though. It's a Marcin. I sent him to stare at you when you tell me you want another Mirror Dunt. Brody, what am I like for saying I want another Mirror Dunt? I don't understand why Egoist flopped. May have been before its time, but it was so was Fahrenheit when that came out, and that was an instant hit. Dior went for the working man with Fahrenheit though. Egoist always goes for that like kind of upper sort of, do I want to say upper class, upper like slightly aristocratic French, aloof, lover boy kind of thing, slightly more preppy, you know. And I just think in the 80s, Fahrenheit was just cometh the hour, cometh the fragrance. Egoist, badly timed, absolutely was a badly timed, quality perfume. Totally brilliant perfume, but it's like worlds colliding, you know. I also think the marketing for Fahrenheit was brilliant. The bottle, the box, the fragrance, the bottle, the box, the fragrance, the aesthetic, the adverts. Oncle Indigo, is it blue? Pass, haven't smelled it, but I'd love to. I'm thinking of buying a decant of S-Boy. Buying a 2ml decant and just doing a first impression. That was a great point. Chanel commercials. Yeah, they're just. If you watch the old Egoist commercial, it's good. I like it. But when you compare it to the Fahrenheit aesthetic and commercials, and you look at the times, you know, 88 and 1990, and the aesthetics of the brands, what they were going for, what was happening with other perfumes, what was going on, just everything. To me, it makes sense why Fahrenheit was one of the great perfumes of all time and is considered as such. And Egoist is a flop, but Egoist is it every bit as good as Fahrenheit? Maybe not. Certainly not vintage. Do I love them both the same? Probably. I really love the Cologne Concentrates, just a fatter version of it. Thunder thighs, you know. It's a big unit. Fahrenheit, same mirror done again, a day, a double day. Egoist Concentrate is readily available for $350. It is readily available for $140. Off a friend of mine who visits from Japan. Thank God for him. Fahrenheit, you may as well just douche yourself with gasoline. Quite. Little bit harsh, but I do accept your point. Bottle of Fahrenheit looks like a vibrant red winter evening. Yeah, as the sun's going down, the low winter sun. I can't wear Blood of Chanel, it's too harsh. I love my cat. Her personality is hilarious. Blood of Chanel is harsh, especially the eau de toilette. I saw a female Instagrammer unboxing Gourmand Coquine today. Wonder what she paid for it. Was brand new. Probably nothing. Can't justify £350, says Stuart Mibb. New Brenda Reglisse. That I like to hear. Now, Brenda Reglisse. Religious. It's not religious, as I was told. Divine says, side note, howdy duck. Scent of the day was the House of Oud's Crop 22. A limited edition oud mint cardamom scent. Poor performance, great blend. That does sound nice, actually. Oud mint and cardamom. Outrageous. Mind you, the fucking mint Cartier oud was, I don't want to say it was shit, but I'm not a massive fan, like. It's Baptême de Feu worth sampling, so it's spaced out. I've got 2 bottles of Baptême de Feu, vintage ones, and I would sell them. Don't care for it. It's very unusual. If you like unusual fragrances, then fair enough. But H, very strange. Good evening, Stephen D. How are you? We all need a man in Japan, says Carl. Carl, my friend in Japan, says he is all right for me to give his email to selected friends of mine. If you want, since you have proved yourself to be a trusty friend, I could put you in touch with them. It's a very strange buying process, though. All right, you've got to trust them. So, Vintage Santos. Interesting. It's my scent of the day, Stephen. Early 90s Egoistas easily top 5 for me, says Miley Sans. Whatever. You need to hook me up with this Japanese contact. He's not Japanese, he's French. But he lives in Japan. Stuart Mabe, where do you live? Gourmand Coquine is coming back into this year to Art à la Matière under a different name. We all need a woman from Tokyo like the Deep Purple song, says Money Sense. Some brands make oud and caramel. Arabs be rolling. Oof. Is Aberdeen Lavender and Amber Fougere? Absolutely it is. It's fucking fabulous. It's a brilliant fragrance. I live in Lytham at St Anne's near Blackpool. Oh, cool. Yeah, he'd probably sort you out. 1 ml is about 10 sprays. If you've got 20 bottles, 100 ml each, you've got about 20,000 sprays. If you do 10 sprays a day, you've got about 6 years worth of perfume. Is mortality considered when buying perfume? Is mortality considered when buying perfume? No. No, it's not. Is mortality considered when you get into your car every day? Maybe it's at first, but the novelty wears off. I do wear a lot of sprays now compared to what I used to. Like I used to be like, oh fuck, now I'll put like 3 or 4 sprays on bollocks. I wear at least 10 sprays every day now. Fuck that. Life is literally too short to wear few sprays of perfume. You must douse yourself, and how? Lay it on thick, thicker than a whale omelette. Hey everybody, welcome. Generic channel name. Sent this feeling agile. My first time wearing it. I've just got a decant. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. It seems very linear, and I don't get any dried fruit from it. It is very linear. It is absolutely linear. Don't expect... I mean, it's not as linear as Arso by Perfume and Roma, which I'm going to be whipping out soon. And feeling agile, to be fair. I'm not sure about the dried fruit. I don't get much dried fruit from it. I get something sweet, but it's more like sap. Sweet sap. You know, when you burn a pine tree and it starts to bubble and pop, and you've got to watch out because if that shit gets on your skin, it'll just burn straight through your arm. I mean, assuming it lands on your arm, Jesus. I use 2 sprays when I'm going somewhere, 1 spray when I'm at home, says Spaced Out. You will be buried with your perfumes. Scent of the day is Vintage Obsession. I think I'm trying to sell my Vintage Obsessions. I'm not sure how I feel about them. They're a bit, I don't know, they're a little bit vanillic. Manly Sense says, let's spray morning and evening to double the usage. Yes. Excellent, Rich. Wear your shit out and light up the world. Absolutely. I typically wear 6 to 8 sprays, but I can go up to 20 with an eau de cologne, says Nick. L'Occitane have got a fragrance called Eau de Lavande, and it lasts for all of 15 minutes. I spray at least 30, 40 sprays of that, so I'm actually worried about what the alcohol content's doing to my skin more than the actual smell. But it's an amazing thing to throw on when you come out of the shower. Literally, it's gone by the time you've got ready to put your clothes on to put your actual perfume on for the day. But it's gorgeous, and it's like 50 quid for 300 mils. And you can get Eau de Verveine as well, which is the same deal. Oh, excuse me. I'm generous with the sprays too. One thing that Tom Ford was spot on. Yeah, don't be afraid to wear your perfumes. That's what he said, isn't it? 30 sprays of Quorum before bed. Good grief. Chanel Eau de Cologne can spray 30 ml a day from the 980 ml bottle. Yes, I wouldn't mind one of those one day. I mean, it's really beautiful, that fragrance, but the performance is absolutely fucking criminal for what you pay for it. For the Les exclusive bottles, it's absolutely disgusting that it's in a Les exclusive bottle. It's a rip-off. It's nothing but a rip-off. Exactly, spray the fragrance like a Tom Canton heat besides one day. That bottle of Fahrenheit, absolutely. You've been serving that tin of cabbage. Use it while you can. Exactly. Towers Cologne de Maghreb is the same way. Strictly a fresh out the shower perfume for me because longevity is non-existent. Amber Nargile lasts but 3 hours from the others, and you are lucky. I like most of my colognes to last 2 to 3 hours max. Eau de colognes, or do you mean perfumes in general? Bum 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 ba-dum. Juro Rosa sent me a message, but he hasn't joined me on stream. Sables is lovely, says Fliss. Sables is lovely. Most of the anecdotes are really good. I just wish a couple of more Ardent would come up. Sables is really good. Welcome, Paul the Femo. How are you? Vintage Sables costs a fortune nowadays, says Nick. Some silly sausage on eBay was trying to sell about 20 bottles of vintage Anecdotal, and all of them were in various states of undress. Some of them only had 30 ml in, some of them didn't even have that. Some of them had 80, but none of them were full. And you wanted 550 quid for all of them. Stuart Mabe says, I have 2 vintage bottles and I wouldn't swap them for anything. Sable. Interesting. I really like this. I've used a good third of this bottle, you know. I'm a big fan. It's a bit soapy as well. It's got that kind of cleanliness to it. It's got a touch of Quorum. It's like a cross between Quorum and Jules. Vintage Jules by Dior. You were a wise and clever man, rich in sables. Hello, Journey, how are you? Sorry, mate, I streamed over you and TL2G. I do apologise. I'm actually going to go back and watch that. I was going to watch it and didn't realise you were on at 8 o'clock night time. The square bottles of Gutala for me, says Micah. Yes. I sprayed like 15 sprays of the Patou Pour Homme. I felt that my mindset was elevated. I kept thinking about Nietzsche walking in the woods writing, and I said, fuck it, I'm going to live to the max. What, Patou Pour Homme did all of that to you? Walking in the Woods. It has got quite a woody kind of fragrance to it. I've got a bottle of Partout Pour. I paid a lot of money for it, to be fair. I also have to add I bought them both for £60 each. This short. Hey, welcome to you. How are you? Please join us. Speak. Tell us what you think. What are you wearing today, eh? It's got an accent as well. I'm not sure how I'm actually pronouncing it. I never thought I would mispronounce the letter A, but here we are. Excited to be here watching a lot of your backlog. First time catching you live. Why, thank you. I hope you have a good time watching my backlog. Which perfume was it that reminds you of Jules? Santos de Cartier. Santos de Cartier reminds me of Jules. It's a cross between Jules and Quorum, I think. I mean, Santos de Cartiers are still available. They're still out there, you know. They're still out there. They're definitely there. What the fuck did I wear on Monday? Oh my god. Let's do my fucking tit in. I will have to find out. Let us go to Profile Assistant. What was it? Opium. Tips Tracker. Oh, Santal Noble. I wore Santal Noble on Monday, then Rochas Femme, then Balenciaga Pour Homme, then Santos. This Tracker by Perfume was immense. I think Perfume was superior to Fragrantica, and I say that as someone who's used Fragrantica for like a decade. Hey, doing well actually. I'm actually a fragrance noob, so wearing a basic scent, Fou de Absinthe by L'Artisan Parfum. Mate, there's nothing basic about that. I wish I'd started at Fou de Absinthe by L'Artisan. You know, just ignore everything that's in the shops at the minute. The department stores, unless you like it. If you like it, that's probably the best advice I can give you. If you like it, wear it. Jesus, don't wear something because you think other people are going to think that you know what you're talking about. Wear it because you love it. Because it's your money in the end, isn't it? But I'm glad you're here. Travis Weatherford. Welcome, Travis. New subscriber. Love the live streams. Well, thank you. I'm glad you are loving the live streams. I'm glad that you are here. And you have joined us. Please tell us what your scent of the day is. View on Diaghilev by Roger. I'm against Roger on principle, like. Diaghilev's a wonderful fragrance, though. I'm not going to lie. I'm not just going to bite my nose off and make a liar of myself. It's wonderful. It's absolutely brilliant. Is it worth what he's asking for? Fuck no. Perfumes aren't worth fucking thousands of pounds each, even though I've paid close to £1,000 on more than one occasion. Jesus. But that's the problem with hobbies, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's not a rational process. It's not a sane. I mean, it's a completely emotional, irrational process, sporadically invaded by bouts of common sense and lucidity. You know what I mean? Where you think, Jesus Christ, what have I done? Or Jesus Christ, don't do that. So it's like you've just got to sort of accept that you're not in it for the money. People who are in it for the money are missing the point entirely, and people who are in it for the money aren't really lovers of do I want to say the art of fragrance? Jesus, I sound like a right. But they're not in it for the right reasons, I don't think. I think you've got to be in it as a losing game. You're doing it for feelings. You're doing it because you care about it, because it makes you feel things, good, bad. Indifferent. Welcome, Jonathan, mate. How you doing? Recently bought a bottle of anecdotes vetiver. Great, salty, quite aquatic vetiver. It was ahead of its time. It was dark. The bottle I had of it was dark. It was a dark boy. It was an angry, brooding, tarry, vetiver-y kind of thing with, as you say, like this kind of salty wetness. Very strange. Like seawater, like the tide coming in on tarmac that's been baked all day. You know what I mean? And the ocean spray landing on the tarmac, and the tarmac almost immediately like fucking boiling it off because it's so hot. And you get the salt, and you get the marine, and you get that tarry darkness. There's a bit of greenness in there as well. Even DMS, how are you? What fragrance did you start with, Rich? Tommy. And then Polo Sport. Still love Tommy. Don't wear it. Never wear it. Scandalous, really, because I still, every time I smell it, I'm like, oh, that's the good stuff. Love it still, but it reminds us of being really young. Like 11. That was, I think, my first fragrance, and then Polo Sport as well, which is still a fabulous fragrance. It's absolutely brilliant. Like, Fragrantica is awful these days, says Micah. Might buy a Lesendemodable cellular. Might buy a fucking hell. I might buy a Lesendemodable discovery set per Persilase's recommendation. Any house you would suggest? Maitre Perfume Arrogantier, Annick Goutal, L'Artisan, Lesendemodable, absolutely. Oh, said out Annick Goutal. Tower, Andy Tower, especially the early stuff, the ambers, the leathers. Serge Ton. I would also suggest Chris Collins' Discovery set, amazing house all round, so supply and demand. Also, any Clive Christians you can recommend? Not me. I think they're massively overpriced as well. I couldn't recommend them in good faith. Maitre Perfume Arrogantier. I'll write them down in the chat, Matt. Awesome, I will check it out. Agree. Totally, says Paul Perfume. Rich's most expensive was a 200ml of Derby. Incorrect. My most expensive was 100ml of the Night. It was twice as expensive as the 200ml of Derby. Just doused myself in Camel. Appealingly sour and resinous. I love Camel. Camel's really good. It reminds me of opium. Me and Ramsey were talking about it last night. Reminds us of opium, like that kind of deep, resinous, myrrhy, sweet, slightly sickly, thick. And then the Camel's he thinks it smells more like youth dew, which he's got a point. But it's got that kind of resinous, thick, narcotic kind of thing about it. I have like 5 bottles of the Annick Goutal Vetiver EDT, says Micah. The EDC is a bit more tolerable for most, but I prefer the EDT. Dark and dank. Oh shit, Black Leather Jesus in the building, says Tef Music. Started with Calvin Klein Eternity, still love it to this day, says Stu. Yes. Hold on a second. I'll put this in the chat for you. Metro Perfume Arrogantier. Have you smelled Orange Star by Tower? No. Oda Eric's favourite was Chipmunk, says Carl. Bless her. I wonder what you thought of Hyrax. You think you'll ever get through that bottle of the Night? I wouldn't have thought so, to be honest. I mean, I've got a 5ml decant there. I can't even find the bottle of the Night. I'm not sure where it is. That's a bit frightening. It's around, I know that. It's somewhere, it might be at the back, but I don't want to look for it yet. Might have to go and dehydrate again, friends. Opium is fantastic. Been wearing the EDT and M7 Oud Absolute in the evenings lately. I'll tell you what, there's a fragrance called Bois de Turkey by Maître Parfumerie, and it smells like M7 without the oud, and the oud got replaced by a lovely iris. Dear me, I've got like 3 bottles of that now. Oh, it's fucking glorious. It's got the top, and it's got the top of M7, and it's got that resinous myrrh base, and it's glorious, my God. My first loves were Fahrenheit and Adidas. I was wearing Fahrenheit when I was like 15, you know. Knee right to do that. My first loves were Fahrenheit and Adidas 85 in the 80s as a kid, says Justin. Great time to be a kid, the 80s, with the perfumes. Frank, welcome. How are you? How's the baby? It's not so much a baby anymore, more of a toddler now, maybe, is it? I'm good to go. I'm glad you got your derby. Is Nexon a must-have from Tower? No, it's not a must-have, but it is. I thought it was rather nice. Micah says Legalian. Yes, Legalian. Eris. Eris is a good house to try. If you go to my channel and go to playlists, you will see a lot of first impression videos. And I've got playlists on lots of houses that I have tested over the years. Love SFG from Legalian. Etro's brilliant. Nexon is good. I'd be hard pressed to say a must have. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought it's a must have, but it is really nice. 80s were great. Best films, best TV shows, great music. Everything was cheaper. We were in the ascendancy. Now we're on my fucking arse. Everybody kind of knew where they stood. There was more money about. House prices, how you could actually afford to buy a house. People were younger. No internet, says Stuart. Yes, I know. Swings and roundabouts, isn't it? How's the weather over there, Rich? Absolutely atrocious, I can tell you. Absolutely filthy. It's been rotten. Rotten. It's been absolutely appalling for a couple of weeks now. Nothing but rain and cloud and wind and misery down south. I live in the north of England. Apparently down south, in fact, there's a couple of people I actually want to text after this and just make sure they're okay. There's like a threat to life on the Channel Islands, which we don't get that kind of weather over here. We have it's basically constant rain, and in the summer we get a week of sunshine, which everybody gets scared by. Welcome, Boz. You are wearing Phaeton by Argos, a new release. Time to move to Australia. It's spring there. DJ says I'm okay. I'm glad you're okay. Same here, Rich. First snow. First we had snow, now rain. I love rain. Great weather to stay in and read. And wear Narciso Rodriguez for him. Yes, I wouldn't mind wearing that, but it's at the back of the thing. I also want to wear Encens Mythique. I just saw Santos today and I thought, fuck it, I'm wearing that. Didn't even consider anything else, to be honest with you. It's so salty. Encens Mythique feels like it's gonna preserve you. You know, if you were covered in Encens Mythique, you would be when they used to salt meat to preserve it, kind of like that. Bit of a tonker is ISO-E at the base. Is spaced out. It's a Jean-Claude Lane. It's his shtick, isn't it? It's his type of thing. Right, I'm gonna go and dehydrate, friends. Have you done a video on Ombre Noir by Lalique? No, but I have smelled it thanks to Pep. I enjoy Vetiver Tonker and Bald Afrique, easygoing and comforting. Do you know, I think Byredo have discontinued pulp, which is upsetting. I'll be back, friends, I'll be back. Please hold. Oh. Yeah, friends, yeah, I'm back. Welcome. I am Chipper. I've got a very dry mouth. Why is this happening? Why is my mouth so dry? When all I've been doing is drinking fucking water for the last 2 hours. And it seems much easier to source outside the US, though. I've heard that La Liga is planning to restock Hombre Noir, so if anyone in the US is interested, keep an eye on their website. But it seems much easier to source outside the US. Yeah, and it was never released in the UK. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. A lot of frags are ICOE heavy anyway. Yeah, yeah, that's true. I better not discontinue Baldafrique. So, spring tobacco wood up my spirits. I love it so much. Yeah, I love tobacco wood. I should wear it more often. It's like my favourite. It's like one of my favourite fragrances. It's like in the top 3 or 4. If not, I mean, Balenciaga. I'm pretty comfortable in now uttering the words Balenciaga Pour Homme is my favourite fragrance. You know. Excuse me. Stephen Tampton deserves a video, and I'm going to do that Girl on Metallica video after I've done the Metro Perfume Elegantes, which I'm hoping to film tomorrow. I haven't done a video this week. I've been slacking. I love Maison Margiela Jazz Club, but I do get what you mean. It's very one-dimensional, says Stuart. My sample of Jazz Club was nice, long time ago, though. I had pulp smell like rotten fruit. Absolutely, it does. Very interesting. It's all the fuzz about Byredo. I thought we don't like Byredo here. Well, I don't, but pulp's good. Baldafrique's all right. The rest of them are shit. It's Swedish. I'm not sure what the fuss is. I like Baldafrique. My mom likes Mojave Ghost. Even the hated brands can have a little something to offer. I don't really care for Byredo. No, I don't really care for them. Welcome, Bob. Ghost was meh. I bought 10 ml of Santal 33 and need to try a dry woody leather. Oy. It's not a dry woody amber. Excuse me whilst I hydrate, friends. Pardon me. What is going on? Sorry, my room is doing bits and I don't want it to. Right, something is missing. Oh, you bastard. Where have I put it? Please say it's not gone under the bed. There it is. Thank fuck for that. Sorry, lost a medicine. Water, Bob. Wishing everyone a good night. Good night, Joe. Thank you. My mom's not a frag head, but she likes that Mojave. My Jazz Club does last. Never wear it, to be honest. I don't like pulp, says Pulp Ephemer. Good night, Joe. Water, Bob. Leave the chat, please, Bob, says. Boss, says Nick. You need a gallon of water, Mitch. I need a gallon. Hold on a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6, at least 6, closer to 7 gallons of water. British gallons, not American ones. A British gallon is 4.5 litres. An American gallon is 3.7. Guerlain is not my cup of tea. I've tried like 7 of their scents. Jesus Christ, mate. They've got lines of perfume with more than 7 scents in. That is not a good way to judge what Guerlain is like. But I kind of get what you mean. I can imagine you not liking any Guerlain. It's not your type of thing. You know? They're a bit... Do I want to say it's high French perfumery? Yes. I think you were right before when you kind of said like they were a bit posh. They were a bit snooty. I don't think that's snooty. I just think it's high perfumery. Not everyone's into that. There's a lot of Guerlains I don't like because they're too floral. They're too classical. Which sounds strange because I'm really into vintage perfumes, but like that overly floral Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, Boz, and I feel the same way about quite a few of them actually. You know, I know like Eugene absolutely loves like the classics, the floral aspect, like that really rich, complex, deep. I don't want to say special, classical style. You know, God, this is so good. And sometimes I do in certain situations, and sometimes I don't. Be sure to get some electrolytes to return those gallons. Yes, don't worry. I do balance it out. I do drink a lot of water though. I think I've got a water problem. Do you know what I mean? I think like I've got like a. I go to the doctor and say I drink too much, and be like, "Oh, alcohol's bad for you," and I'll be like, "No, no, no, water. I drink too much water." Maybe it's an oral fixation. I don't know. It was Byredo's Rose of No Man's Land that set me on this road, to be honest, says Tim. Well, that's a good thing. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Guerlain is a whole universe of fragrances. Yeah, somebody said earlier you could just collect Guerlains, and it's not a bad point. They've got enough. I only like, I only mostly like posh French perfume, says Jonathan. Yeah, air spaced out, sorry. Yeah. How much water did you drink a day, Mitch? How many times do you have to dehydrate? It's a good question. I don't really, I don't really think about that, to be honest. I usually drink between, I mean, I was drinking between fucking 5 and 10 litres of water a day at one point. I drink less now, though. I must admit, I do drink less now. Guerlain has at least 1,100 fragrances, says Pradeep. Juraja. Tried any Ritzler Grand or Rogue, the US brand? Yes. I wasn't a big fan of Rogue. You'd think I would be because I like the style of fragrances that he does. I just don't think they were very well done. Aritzia Legrand, I've tried the lavender one and it was a bit powdery for me. I'm not a big powdery fragrance fan, like overly powdery. Do you know where it smells like actual particles? Because particles of powder kind of make us like cough, like instinctively. It smells a bit like chalk. Like, you know, chalk, like particles of chalk. Ugh. But welcome, Juraja. I'm glad you are here. The Guerlain Ideal line has very good commercial perfumes. Yeah. The packaging on Aritzia Legrand stuff is gorgeous, says A. I got a square bottle. I won it off I think it was Peter actually. I think I won a bottle off Peter. I gave it away. I think I gave it to Richie G. It wasn't for me. Only Byredo I have is Oliver Peoples. It is the oldest house in Europe and the Western world. Who Guerlain? Ooh, I don't know that it is. Who made, was it Moira and Wirtz who made 4711? Is Guerlain the longest ongoing perfume house ever? Possibly. Ideal line is fantastic. It's the perfect crossroad of appeal and not selling your soul. Says spaced out. Yes, it's freezing cold here now, Bob, says Lane. 1823, Guerlain was founded, I believe. Doesn't your stomach swoosh and jiggle with that much water? Pat, Sweet Milk, welcome. Fougère la Lobe, Champs Lumin... No, forgive me, fucking Forgive me my pronunciation. Fougère l'Aube, Champs Lumières, and Chypre Siam are my favourite rogues. You're right about Guerlain florals. Not for everyone. Habit Rouge is known for citrus vanilla, but the carnation jasmine can be a lot. It does an older style construction. Personally, I love it. I really don't like that lemon vanilla thing in Habit Rouge. I should love Habit Rouge, I just don't. Rose of No Man's Land was really good, but I had to sell it. Something about it was throwing me off. There is a thing called water poisoning. Yes, there is. Absolutely, it can affect the osmosis in your body. I wish Guerlain would release one Muguet instead of making limited editions by Yes is spaced out. Hermes, I feel the same about them. Too posh, but I do like age 24. Who we got is older, says Nick. But they haven't been in constant production. Kareem, how are you, mate? I wonder when Balenciaga will drop a perfume again. It's weird that they don't have one anymore. And they've got some women's perfume, I think. Gallimard, 1747. Have they been in continuous production? Sorry. I'm not a big fan of H24, a blind border, and it's a tough wear for me, just a little sharp. It's too metallic. I don't like the metallic aspect. I don't like metallic notes anyway, so you're not going to get any sense out of me about metallic perfumes, apart from me to say that I don't like them. I'm not a big fan of H24, a blind border, and it's a tough wear for... Oh, sorry, I've read that. Enough with that one already, says Boss. I'm surprised I don't like H24 since I like fresh and clean scents, says Lane. I think there's just this kind of aspect of... There's this aspect of, like, you know when you put your tongue on a battery? It's got that kind of thing going on. Like that metallic. Those H24 EDP is much better, says Prody. Nick says those H24 frags feel like someone's trying to do something slightly different for the sake of it. It's like it's like a blue fragrance, but instead of having a blue twist, it's got a green twist. You know? It's not, I just, no, I remember me and Eugene doing a stream about it, and I was just like, this is awful. Those H24 for, oh no, sorry, what is posh when most Guerlains are a fraction of the price of Parfum de Marly, for instance, and vastly superior? Yeah, absolutely, they're much better value. Much better value for money. Much better perfumes in general. It's just Parfum de Marly are going for, well, I mean, that we were talking about fuckboys earlier in the, stream. That's like Parfum de Marly, they're fuckboy fragrances. We'd love to see a top 10 most lickable batteries video. You would as well, wouldn't you? You get that on OnlyFans. Scents are posh. There is a Guerlain defender. I think you will find that there are some people who will die very happily on the hill of Guerlain. Looking for fragrances with a cedar note, much like Féminité du Bois, less fruity, more woods prominent. Try Ostens. Ostens is Impression Cedar Wood Hot. You can get the sample sets, I think, still. You mean when a reactor melts down and you have that metallic taste on your tongue? Yes. Again, depends on your taste. I will have to sample H24 EDP. That'd be a hilarious marketing campaign. It would be hilarious, but nobody would want to buy one. I have to get going. It was a pleasure to catch you live. I will check out the Metro Perfume Arrogante. Thank you for the suggestion. Look forward to seeing you next time. Have a good day, champ. Thank you, A. Thank you for coming. Thank you for commenting and subscribing. And I look forward to seeing you again. What house has more masterpieces and importance than Guerlain? Chanel is a distant second. I wouldn't say Chanel was a distant second. I would say there are other houses that are better than Chanel. I think Chanel are overrated. I mean, I rate them myself. I just don't think they're as good as what everyone says they are, or what has been made out. Stuart, I will put my email in the chat, and when you have it, let me know. Let me know when you have it, Stuart, and I will delete that. Only Hermes can rival Chanel and overtake it, in my opinion. Coticiato, €600. 600 euro oud. Have you got it, Stuart? Because I will delete that. Like, if somebody watches the stream afterwards and tries to accost me, I will be upset. Not you, but, you know, someone. Quiet, we are defending the hill of Guerlain. There's people who would happily die to defend Guerlain, the hill of Guerlain. Absolutely they would. I'm surprised you would be surprised at that. Stuart, be careful when contacting the duck. It'll be cat photos from here on in. There will be cat photos, and the cat will be unimpressed. Yes, okay. There it is. Guerlain, my favourite house, isn't it? 600 euro oud, says Kareem. Yeah, nobody wants anything to do with that. Well, loads of people will want to have something to do with that, but I won't. I mean, Corticiato knows what he's doing. He's absolutely a fantastic perfumer, but big but, and I cannot lie. £600 for an oud is, it's yikes. It's a lot. That said, I paid £800 for a nude once, so what the fuck do I know? Jonathan says, I can't speak for the re-release, but the original is wonderful. Wunderbar. Raw Gold is fantastic, says Jonathan. Does anybody remember 24? Is that from the House of 24? Or is that Thomas de Monaco, I think? I better be getting the tree as well. You want the branches, you want a little bit of furniture. Vintage Guerlains are the best ever, says Dushan. Excuse me. Time of Jacques and Jean-Paul Guerlain. I don't even mind the new Guerlains personally, says Space Town. Oh, has anyone tried Bois Fruit from Serge Luton? Said to be familiar to Féminité du Bois. Yes, but not as good. I've got a vintage Féminité du Bois. I also have the Serge Luton version. Do not fall. There it is. One of the best bottles in the history of bottles. It is some fucking bottle, that. The rice and beans didn't miss that 600 euro oud. My anaconda didn't want none. I need to try Bar de Soie. Didn't like Bar de Soie. So many Guerlains are so... Not Guerlains. Serge Lutons are very oof. It's rough. Oh, yeah. It looks like a toy. An adult toy. Good bottle, but girl on historical bottles are best to me. Chamad, Hot Bottle, and Derby. I like the Derby bottle. I like the Volta Wee bottle. I think that's fucking amazing. Some of the really old girl on bottles. There's one that's actually a duck. There's one that's shaped like a duck, and it's absolutely outrageous. This is so good. This is so fucking good. Shiseido's Féminité de Bois. Vaporizateur Pure Mist. Hello, Scent Club. How are you? Alright, so what do you think about artisanal perfume like a Riege, Bortnikov, etc.? Unfortunately, it's not for me. I've come to the conclusion that artisanal ouds and that kind of area of perfume, it's just not my thing, unfortunately. It has its... I mean, Ramsey, one of my best friends, like, absolutely raves about it. Me and him have got very, very tightly aligned taste. But he loves his ouds, and they're just not my thing, unfortunately. But welcome, Scent Club. How are you? And Dear Musk? Dear Musk, I mean, Musk's nice. Hi, Rich. Welcome, Ashley Bissett. Just a play on feminine woods. Can't help but think some of that girl on price comes down to hype and bottle, says Kareem. Yeah. That bottle is based on baby feeding bottle of 100 years ago, says Tim Willis. I didn't know that. Oh my God, Mitch, you've been keeping that quiet. What have I been keeping quiet? I barely keep anything quiet. P.S. Cheers, Rich. Cheers, all. Cheers, P.S. How are you? I hope you are well, and I'm glad you have joined us. We've had some new faces join us tonight. It has been fun. Lily of the Fragrance Valley. Dear Musk's all right. I'm all right. I'm not. I'm not a massive musky perfume either. Musky, like, I like some musky fragrances. More nitro musks than anything else. I wish I liked Amber Nargile more, but it's too spicy for me. Do you have vintage Chergui? Is it a good tobacco perfume? It is. Aqua de Palma to a Lily of the Valley, which I like, says Ashley Bissett. Nobody has licked a battery since they were 6 at most, says Bob. You'd be surprised. Demi, Arige Le Doré. Add more vanilla. Congrats with Newcastle beating Man U. We did it with the greatest of ease. Russian Oud 2, Mitch, I'm telling you, that's the one you need to smell, says Tough Music. Apparently a very good one. I shall send you Iris Ganache and Musk 25 samples and Cartier Oud and Ambre. Let's hope they don't get stolen by customs, says Spaced Out. Well, thank you. Iris Ganache. I always think ganache is some kind of food. Oh, God, this is so good. Russian Oud 2 is a win for me as well, says Jonathan. Yes, I think Jonathan was mentioning it earlier, actually, in a group chat that we are in. A couple of group chats me and Jonathan are in, actually. Oh, excuse me whilst I hydrate. That nearly went down the wrong way. Oh. It's a violet iris white chocolate fragrance. Good one by Vasa. Grenache is like a chocolate cake, I think, says Stephen. Ashley says the Man United stuff hurts, boys. Be gentle. Black Monday, welcome. Rich, do you have a favourite citrus aromatic? Oof. Citrus aromatic. Would I say Laura Ferment is a citrus aromatic? It's more juniper than citrus, but it's aromatic. The thing is with citrus aromatic, I haven't got them in front of us because they're like in the they are in the. Oh, Fliss, I've got 3 bottles of the Feminine Dubois. Do you want a sample, like? Have you ever smelled that? Oh, you shit, I've just fucking kicked me chair. Do you want a sample of it? I think I've broken my toe. Whoa. Good grief. I'll sort you out, Les. Basis of chocolate truffles. Ganache is a chocolate with a ratio of cream, says Lily. We're all over WhatsApp, that's right. We rule WhatsApp. Beb Vanilla does well on Dummy. Lightly tanned skin, etc., says Bob. Goodness me. Black Monday, I'm struggling to answer that question because my spring and summer fragrances are not right in front of me. But not what, like, one doesn't like immediately spring to mind when you asked us that. Scent Club says, today I smelled real deer musk from Siberia. I've ordered 30 ml of pure stuff. It's like the smell of the ancient world. Outrageous. I bet it is. Kareem says, I'm still hurting from that loss. Got a lot of Man United fans in here. I think Ten Hag will be gone before Christmas. I've got a bet with me mate, Richie G. He bet me at the start of the season that Eddie Howe would be gone before Ten Hag. He bet me £20, and you better believe I'll be taking that money clean off him. He's lost the dressing room, I think. Sorry to talk about football, but he's fucked it, like. Imperial Wood is also good, but more gourmand, says the boss. Going to be many generations till Man United get back to the top, and I fucking love it, says Stephen. Yes. Richard's clearly not been listening to Les Odorants. Well, I have, kind of. I just haven't listened to, like, I haven't listened to it all. I haven't listened to all of the last one. And he hasn't put it up on YouTube this time, so I've got to listen to it on Spotify. I finally got my bottle of Palais Athena today. I hope you got a sample of that, Mitch. Possibly. Eau de Sud, says Steve. I've got a bottle of that. Yeah, Eau de Sud, yeah. Hard to argue with Eau de Sud. That's a pretty great fragrance, that. Limes. I get limes from it. I get limes and I get oak moss. Is the Modern Jubilation worth buying, says Ashley? Honestly, no. Eau de Guerlain is my favourite citrus aromatic, unless we're including Chanel, Paul Monsieur EDT, and Monsieur de Givenchy. We are too broke to fire Ten Hag. I don't think you are, you know. You spent 411 million in the last 2 years. I don't think it matters how much money you spend. Everybody sees you's coming. That's what they do. They jack up the price for Man United. Oh, actually, Man City here. How about Overture? Pass. Welcome, Bilbo. Eau de Sud, says Fliss. Yes. Overture is quite good, although it's reformulated. Actually, I've sampled a 2020 to 21 Overture, and it smelled amazing. Can't. I will message you about the Feminite Dubois, says Fleece. No problem. Oh, Murray, how are you? Have you smelled the Modern Amber Fetis, Rich? With a punt of the vintage isn't available? Yeah, in the main. Anna Coutal really look after their fragrances. You know? Like, they really look after their fragrances, so buy with confidence off them. They're going back to the old bottle style, which is fun. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Ah, God, the inside of my nose. It's itchy. I'm full of perfume. Centrifugal Force put Overture Woman as his number 1, so I have to try it. He's an OG. Lane just sent me a picture of his cat called Mavis. She's got the eyes as well. She's got big eyes, actually. I will not show his cat in case he doesn't want me to show his cat. But it is a good-looking cat. Eau de Sud by day and Nuit Étoilée by night. Perfect summer combo, says PS. Nuit Étoilée. Oh, who makes that? He has the biggest Montal collection in the world. Oh, I can't help but feeling it's such a waste of money. Ambre Fetiche is MPEG, no. Nope. Ambre Fetiche is anecdotes. Ambre Prachot is MPEG. You know, much more than 95% of reviewers, probably. It's not a high bar, though, is it? I appreciate that. No. Goutal also 20% off in the John Lewis sale online. Good grief. Tim Wilcox dropping knowledge. Why do we call our planet Earth when it's clearly that it is ocean? Because underneath the ocean there is Earth. I have 2 cats and in my unbiased opinion they're much better than dogs, says Stephen. Rich, how is Miel de Bois? Oh, that's pretty great, like. Really good. Really good fragrance. Cat doxing, says Nick. Rich, I will not have the guts to tell Centrifugal Force not in 3 lifetimes remontal. Well, I mean, he's got self-discipline, and I'm sure as long as you didn't sit there and take the piss out of him, nothing would happen. You know? Oh, good man. That's a ruse. As long as you weren't acting silly fuckers, you'd be fine. There's Miel de Bois, and I've got a backup as well. That's the Palais Royal version. It's Laura G. Laura G is the mother of the cats. Well, the cat who graces our screens. And Richie G. We have Laura and Richie G. We are blessed. We are blessed. What pizzas did you get? They got pizza tonight. I'm very jealous. Yeah, dogs are more faithful, but they smell and shit everywhere, says Buzz. You are on our TV. Hello. Salutations. The modern Amber Fetiche is still great. Very little in it, says Fliss. Like the stream, says Jonathan. Yes, if you would like to like the stream, please do. It is nice to see you. The G's with no B, says Nick. Have we been doxed? Never mind the cats. No. I don't believe you have been doxed. I haven't doxed the cat either. I mean, your cat, Max, has been doxed. On the previous stream, it was Lion. Lion was doxed. He was shown. But the G's have not been doxed. And before that, it was a Gardner pumpkin. So that was fun. Spaced out. I love how he calls the atomizer the spigot. That's my cat pictured. He's called Bandit, and he is the loudest cat in the world. Sat on my lap at the moment, being quiet. But Julie Pappy is the best cat channel, hands down. Pachagalubi. I used to live there, that's all. Not trying the dogs. Are these the couple that live in Shields? They used to live in Shields. They don't live in Shields anymore. Stephen's from Shields as well. Oh. Well, friends. Noir Etoile is just gorgeous, but for only the EDP. The ETT is poof. Meaning it's gone. Jarrah, thank you kindly. Gone in a second, says Fliss. Aye. That's right, you lived in Jarrah. Horrible Jarrah. One of the pubs in Jarrah got burned out the other day. It's an insurance job if ever I saw one. Dear me. Dinner time. Night, friends. Night, Rich. Yes, it's time for me to go as well. It has been an amazing stream. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and hanging out with me tonight. I am going to go and take some poison. And I am going to sleep, hopefully. But we'll see. Perhaps I'll be texting some people. There are some people in the chat that I will be texting. So I will see you all again soon. Good night, everyone.